Hey y'all, it's Dr. Know-It-All. Wow, it's crazy out there. Yes, that actually is Waikiki Beach in Honolulu. It is not the normal average look, and I would go outside except the wind is blowing, I think it's 60 miles an hour, like 100 kilometers an hour wind right now. So anyway, we're gonna do this from inside right now. We're actually on our way to Pearl Harbor. I'll probably do a brief episode from there. I know it has nothing to do with Tesla or Twitter, but my grandfather fought in the Pacific in World War II, so there's a special place, and I've never been there. So anyway, hopefully the weather will cooperate to some extent. I doubt we're going to get to go out to the Arizona because, man, the winds are high. Anyway, I wanted to talk about, obviously, Vox Populi, Vox Dei, which is the voice of the people is the voice of God. Elon Musk said that the results of the poll would be followed, and so now the question is, who is going to be the next CEO of Twitter? That is an interesting question. Weirdly enough, Lex Fridman threw his hat into the ring, and that actually led to Elon Musk saying something that I thought was rather interesting, which was there's a catch. Lex said he would do it for no money, but Elon said that he would have to put in his life savings, and that since May, so that before he took it over, like 6 months before Elon took it over, 5 months, whatever. Anyway, a long time before he took it over, it was headed recklessly towards bankruptcy. So clearly it has been a gigantic money pit, obviously with Elon Musk selling a lot of Tesla shares in order to pay for Twitter. It's been quite the thing. So it's really interesting. I think that, Elon is sort of like, okay, if I'm going to give this to somebody else, it needs to be their baby. They need to have a lot of skin in the game as well as me. So that's going to really reduce the number of people who are willing to do this, right? I mean, I don't know that Lex Fridman is the most qualified person to be CEO because he hasn't been for a large corporation, but who knows? Maybe that's what you want to be. So anyway, I actually don't have a lot of options personally, so I'm kind of doing this to ask the question of who it should be and to think about the fact that not only is this person going to have to be experienced and definitely someone who thinks like Elon Musk, very agile and willing to really go for it and commit a lot of time over the next couple of years and heartache and pain to getting Twitter up to speed. But at the same time, it sounds like Elon Musk wants somebody, again, with skin in the game, who's going to commit their life savings to Twitter. And if it fails, then they will actually go bankrupt. There is an interesting way in which I think that that's actually a reasonable attitude. If you're going to give somebody the reins of a company, you don't want to give them this sort of golden parachute thing where they can just, they can go like, well, I tried for 6 months and it didn't work out. Now pay me a couple of $1 million and I'll go off and do my own thing. I think what he's looking for is somebody who is very, very committed to making this actually work and is going to be committing their life savings. And that is going to make the list of people who are possibilities like really small. Probably, qualified and willing to do that is probably looking at, a half a dozen to a dozen people on the planet. I have a feeling, number one, that Elon Musk knew what was coming before it happened, right? He wouldn't have done this poll. He's a smart guy. He wouldn't have asked if he didn't think that there was a reasonable option. In fact, the probability of him being ousted as CEO based on the poll, but also that he had somebody in mind to do this. Again, just not sure who that person might be. It definitely needs to be somebody in the software space and potentially somebody with social media experience. But again, I don't think he's going to want somebody who's a traditional CEO who's done this before. He's going to want somebody who's much more of a startup person. I mean, what the hell? I'll throw my hat in the ring. Why not, right? My life savings is tiny anyway, so what do I care? Anyway, so I'll, if Elon wants me to be CEO, I'll be happy to do that. I doubt he does. I have had some experience as CEO, but not at a company like that. But anyway, I will be very curious to find out who it is that he names and what the transition period is. He did not say that. I mean, we could be looking at 6 months before the next person takes over. We could be looking at 2 to 3 months before he names that person, but it's also possible he might name that person tomorrow. So anyway, we will see what happens. Very interesting goings on, and we'll see. Hopefully this will actually settle things down at Tesla a little bit in terms of the stock. Ross Gerber has been leading the charge to get Elon to quit at Tesla, and so I think that between Ross and a bunch of other people, that was probably one of the main reasons that he decided to, to to do the poll and to find out whether people really agreed with him or not. I'm also curious, I guess that Elon feels like he's gotten rid of most of the bots so that this wasn't controlled by bots and it was actually a valid poll. So anyway, we will see what happens over the next few weeks and months and how the transition goes. But it sounds like at least if Elon is going to agree to this, and you know, he did the thing about the doxing, which was clearly very, very stressful for him and his family. And people said, oh, wow, we got a rainbow. Look at that. It's crazy rain and everything, but we get a little double rainbow, in fact. How about that for a little treat, folks? There you go. You get a nice rainbow out of this entire thing. So welcome to Hawaii, where you get rainbows when it rains. That is absolutely stunningly beautiful. Wow. See if I can open up the window and it doesn't like completely blow us out, but whew. There we go. Oh, and the sun's out now because it's Hawaii. It can never decide what it wants to do. So yeah, that's beautiful, right? All right, anyway, I hope everybody is having a lovely day. Enjoy the rainbow. I will talk to you all later, and please let me know in the comments what you think is the right option for CEO for Tesla, for Twitter, I mean. I would be very curious to find out. The rainbow's going away already. Anyway, I will sign off. Bye-bye, everybody.